Hey, what's going on, everyone? So is it finally time? It has been 2 years since we had, I don't really want to mention the name, but since we had Tap Sports Baseball taken away from us. EA decided to shut it down. What was it? I think we got the notification like February 24th of 2024. So 2 years now since it got taken down. And I know anyone that has looked at my channel before, at least 8 years ago, when I kind of started getting into it and then took a break, came back into it again. I think, well, there was a lot of people angry. Let's put it that way. I knew of a lot of people that was angry. Kind of felt like there was people who invested a lot of money into that game, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that just vanished overnight, and absolutely no promise of a return. I think a lot of people thought that there was going to be like not just like a remake, but like a revamp, right? Like they were going to take it away next year. They're going to come out with something new. No, it just was gone. And honestly, that was kind of Tap Sports Baseball is kind of a game that was very unique, right? So, anyways, I don't want to go too far into that. Now we have Baseball Hits 26. All right, and I only discovered it this morning. And as soon as I discovered it, I started sending it out to all of my old teammates from Tap Sports Baseball that have been looking for something to replace it. I'm going to go ahead and tell you all that my OBS is messing up with the mobile right now. So this is a pre-recorded video that I did about 15 minutes ago, and I didn't record any audio with it. So unfortunately, gameplay audio we're not going to get to listen to. But I want to take a look at this game, and I want to see is this what we've been waiting for? The good, the bad, the how simple it is. There's lots of things that we can kind of break down. This is going to be a really quick little video. Let's just take a look at it. All right. Yeah, and so right off, okay, if you was just looking at this at a glance, and I am doing a comparison, by the way. I'm sorry if that's not what people want, but I am going to do a comparison. But right at a glance, the very first thing I saw was the logo, right? I'm sorry, the logo, you would absolutely get it mixed up. You would absolutely get it mixed up. Okay, so gameplay. Now, I'm going to say this. It looks like they're using very similar styles. You can see a little bit of different angles. Like that's a different base running view right there. They obviously have a different UI for the game, but that's great. I mean, obviously, it's baseball, right? You're not reinventing the wheel, so that's fine. Yeah, good old Corbin Carroll. So we have different, slightly different. And now the pitching style. I'm telling you right now, uh, this game was obviously most likely 99% built in Unity, and these pitches are identical to Tap Source Baseball. Look at that. The slight wiggle in the curveball that's high. Uh, so going right into this, it was nothing to step right back into it and start playing again. But that is 100% the exact same mechanics for pitching as Tap Source Baseball. Even the catcher right there, that pause and that freeze before he tags, yeah, 100%. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I'm stating the obvious here, right? Now, I thought this was a little bit odd, where you select your hometown and not your home team. Uh, so Phoenix, right? I'm an Arizona Diamondbacks fan, so I chose Phoenix. Some of your team players, yeah. So I kind of expected that my first player was going to be somebody from the Diamondbacks, right? Just kind of like they give you somebody, but I was mistaken. And I got Jose Altuve. Yeah, I said it too early. Sorry. Again, good pick, right? That's a good starter right there. That's a good pick. Not a Diamondbacks player. Thought I was going to get one, but that's okay. So right now we can kind of see that the it looked like the stats are going to be very similar as well. Could be potentially more to this one. Also, we have a discussion board again, kind of like Force Baseball. That could be dangerous. If you all remember anything about uh, TSB, we'll call it, that discussion board left a lot of hate messages. So hopefully this one is good. Hopefully there's no issue with this one. I'm excited about this game. I want to tell you all that. I'm not going to be hating on this game. I'm just I'm going to be stating some obvious facts, but overall, I am very excited about the potential of what this game could be. Okay. So, this is my kind of first real getting into it. Again, the curveball, exactly the same. I will say this much. Now, maybe it's just because of like facing lower end pitching. It felt easier to hit a curveball in this one. Because if y'all remember the last one, there were pitches that were a curveball inside was almost impossible to make contact with. Like you had to get the timing perfect on it. Now, I will say that for this, I kept my same strategy as I did with Tap Sports Baseball, where you hit a lot of outside pitches. Um, I guess not for this game. Next game. Next game they make you do in the tutorial. I stuck with hitting a lot of outside pitches because again, TSB, I found that you get a lot more hits that way, right? Hit behind the batter, stuff like that. Um, but overall, I'm enjoying the experience right now, and the hitting feels good. I will say this much: it feels like you typically get a hit no matter what. Like it's easy to put the ball in play. Like you'll see here in a minute where I start trying to pull the ball just to see if I can hit one out like with power and stop, pushing it the other way. But it felt very easy to make contact with the ball. So I don't know, like I said, with curveballs and everything like that. And you think with a hitter that doesn't have like, I think one of my hitters was like a 35 in contact. You think you're going to swing and miss a little bit, right? But it seemed like it was fairly easy to get the bat on the ball and to get it into play. Yeah, so look, we got gold draft, silver draft, bronze drafts, hit bucks draft, exactly the same. I mean, not exactly the same, sorry, very similar. I will say though, we have season pass in this one. Uh the more gifts, yeah, okay. Packs, players, currencies, we'll take a look at that here in just a minute. Let's play another game, but as you can see, the XP, the gold, that kind of stuff is very similar to what we've seen in the past. Even the name of the Bucks, right? It was something Bucks in the TSB world as well. Yeah, so I think here I start trying to take things oppo a little bit just to kind of get the feel of it. And this one took a little while. I think I went like 4 innings in this one before I actually ended up scoring. So I think one of the biggest things for me is going to be, you know, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it now. TSB turned into such a money grab. We all know that EA Sports is known for that, but it turned into such a money grab that it was impossible to be a top ranked player. I'm not saying you couldn't be a good player, but it was impossible to be a top ranked player like in tournaments, in special events, stuff like that, without spending hundreds and thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but hundreds and thousands of dollars. And some people would spend hundreds weekly. Some people spent thousands. There were some people I know that spent. I mean, you got to remember those tier rankings, right? Those I can't even think what they were called now, but those in order to get VIP. I remember I reached VIP level 1 and was like, man, wow, this was it took a lot. And there was some people who was like, tier level what, like 20 something. Um, I really would like a game like this format. I love the format of the tap. I love the format of the collecting players, being able to showcase players, being able to showcase badges, being able to build a team with a clubhouse, right? And getting to play in tournaments and events and stuff like that. I love that. I hate that the only way to win those is to spend tons of money. And I'm just gonna stand on that. Like if we could all just make a pact together of besides season pass, we don't spend a dime, right? I'm okay with the season pass. I actually think that's an okay idea. Games have been doing that for forever, right? And I think cosmetically, if you want to spend additional money and do things cosmetically, get cool uniforms, get cool, whatever. I think there's celebrations in this game, different things to level up, stuff like that. But when okay, I'm just gonna break this down real quick. Yeah, so obviously you can do level up on players and stuff too. This kind of feels like back in like I think it was like 2018, 2019 version where they kind of just started getting used to like leveling players up. We are probably going to see stuff like legends. We're probably going to see stuff like the all time greats, those type of players at some point, right? Uh, don't necessarily know when that's going to happen or if, but as you can see here, the XP is the same, the bucks seem the same, the gold seems the same. Um, I think my big thing here is I'm just going to say, I'm going to let it play out. You all can just kind of watch in the background some of these things. I'm not going through every single bit of it. You can kind of look at it, see for yourself. Um, One thing I would like to see changed, like we're doing something new here, right? One thing that I would like to see changed is instead of having 7 days a week and new players that have to be played for each one of those days in order for you to be able to progress, or not progress, but to rank high, right? You have to unlock all these players. And really, the only way to do it was money. Okay, here, yeah, I'm having to change my name here again. Um, but really, the only way to do it was with money. I mean, like I said, you could get by with just playing as many bonus games as you could, but at some point, you're gonna have to start spending cash in order to actually compete in the game. What I would like to see is I'm cool with the events, right? But instead of a player only being eligible for one event, make them eligible for an entire week or 2 weeks. Heck, making them eligible for an entire month, and then just bring players in as they come. That was one of my biggest things. Is there was days of the week that I wouldn't bother playing. I wouldn't waste bonus games on because it absolutely made no sense for me to spend anything, any in-game currency even on those players when I was basically playing for the weekend. And it's sad that I had to limit myself on what days of the week I played based on that. So I don't want to see that. I really don't. So it looks like your gold tier players here are top as of right now. I think. That could be sort of changed. This was my first 15 minutes on the game. What you're seeing here in the video is me literally going through it for the first time. Uh, they obviously have different awards. They have a season pass, and I think season passes are good. I'm curious how long that they last because I believe this game has only been out for a couple of weeks now, and it looks like there's about 2 more weeks left. So I'm thinking maybe a month at a time. I would like to actually see more than that. But hey, you know what? Even $10 a month for a season pass is somewhat doable for most people. Um, so I don't think that that's like way out there. What I am afraid of is that it's going to be one of those things again, like where hey, you have this all time great. This all time great is going to give you like 500 times the points on this one event. Also, you're going to spend $20 to get them. Or you have a 0.0001 chance of picking him up after you spend 10,000 gold, right? It's just stuff like that that I want the game to be competitive and I want to be able to play it. And if I'm good enough at the game, that I can rank up in the tournaments. You know what I mean? Uh, Obviously, this is kind of a sim style game where you can skip a lot of the games, right? You can do a lot of the like progression like that. Oh yeah, yeah. Here I kind of, I'm actually going to hide this for a half second, only because of the fact that I don't know if it's going to let me. I think I might have messed up right there. Yep, I did. That's okay. That is okay. You know what? We'll just go ahead and finish out right here. I'm just going to talk for just a minute. Um, like I said, as you can see, the game it seems very similar. Uh, I think that in the end, I think we're gonna get a lot of the same, and that's fine, and I'm okay with that. Like I said, my biggest concerns are one, give us the opportunity to be able to compete, even if we don't want to spend a ton of cash, right? If spending cash can give you a little bit of a jump start, that's okay. Like whatever, that's fine. But make it realistic, right? Like I said, unless you were the guy spending hundreds of dollars, whatever, every single weekend, you weren't getting, you're not going to finish very far, right? You might, again, I don't know how it is. I haven't even made it to a club level on this and do the events. When I do, I'll try to do a quick little like recap. But this is just my thoughts as of right now. I think it looks good. I do. I think it looks good. And it's very similar though. We know that the mechanics are almost identical. The pitching is identical. Even the players look slightly more polished, but their movements, the slides, stuff like that, looks the same. Catcher looked the same. Even the outfield, there's a couple animations that look very similar. Um, Again, I think there's a lot of promise, so I have really high hopes. So I ask you, what's your all's thoughts? Like, do you all think this is going to be something good? Do you think it's going to be another rehash of pay to win? Right? I hope not. But at the same time, I'm looking forward to the game. Hopefully, we get some cool updates. I really am interested in seeing what they're capable of doing because, as we know, with Glue and with EA, we had updates almost daily, right? Like whether it was players, whether it was like, yeah, again, like the new player cards, whether it was events, whatever it was, there was updates coming out constantly, which I think is kind of it was a bit much, right? I almost want to slow down the pace a little bit. Let's use a player for an entire week. Let's use a player for an entire month. I'm okay with that, right? And then by the end of the month, you have a lot of the players, and maybe the end of the month event is something that people actually are competing in and actually have a shot at winning something big, and it's not just your guys that are spending top dollar. Anyways, hey, that's my 2 cents. I am curious to see what anyone else has to say. I'm going to be playing this game quite a bit in the beginning, and I'll probably post some different videos and stuff, especially whenever I start doing like card pack openings. I'm going to let myself progress a little bit before I start doing that, but I want to know what you all think. Yeah, I'd love to get some feedback on this. So leave your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it because it's been 2 years, and I feel a lot of us were hurt. It went away very abruptly. So I'd like to get your all's thoughts on this. Let's talk about it. All right. Hey, y'all have a good night. Bye.